Okay, so a couple of things that you got to know when we're doing equations is we want to get the x on the left-hand side, or whatever the pronumeral is. So it could be x, could be t, could be p. We want it on this side. Okay, so we do whatever we can to keep it on this side. We want our numbers to be on that side. So that's the first thing, because we wanted to, at the end of the day, we wanted to say x is equal to 4, whatever the number is. Okay, that's where we want to get to. Now, second thing that's very important. As soon as you take a number across the equal sign, they change personality completely. So, whatever sign is in front of that changes as it crosses to the opposite. So if you took that 7, positive 7, it would now become negative 7. Okay? And I'm going to show you how. So I'm going to just show you a couple examples so you can see the different ways that you do it. All right, so if we're sitting with this kind of question, so we've got x plus 7 is equal to 1. Okay, so we know, first of all, what we have to do. We have to get rid of this 7. How do we get rid of the 7? Well, what we do is we say take 7. Because if you've got 7 and then you take 7, that gives you 0, doesn't it? But what we do to this side, we have to do to the other side. So because we've got take 7, we put take 7 there. So now let's see what our new row is. So we've got x, because we've got rid of this completely, is equal to, right, what is 1 take 7? Well, that gives us negative 6. And there you go. We've got our answer. Okay, let me show you another one. Right, let's do subtraction, for instance. Okay, so we're going to go b take 3 equals 8. Now, we know we want our b on its own, okay, and we want to get rid of the negative 3. So how do we do that? We go positive 3. Positive 3. What we do to the left, we do to the right. So now the negative 3 plus 3 cancels out completely. We've now got just b on this side is equal to, and 8 plus 3 gives us 11. So we've answered that one. Now let's look and see what happens when we've got a multiplication. Alright, let's do blue now. So we've got 8c, so we know that that's multiplication because they're right next to each other, is equal to 32. Now, what do we do? I told you that you have to do the opposite. What is the opposite of multiplying? The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide that by 8, because remember we want to get rid of that 8. And because we did it on that side, we've got to do it on this side. So we've got to divide that by 8. So that 8 and that 8 crosses each other out, and we're left with c is equal to, and 32 divided by 8 is 4. So what we did with the multiplication was we then made a division. Now, what happens if we have division? Let's look at that one. Okay, so this one we've got d divided by 3 is equal to 5. Now, we have to do the opposite. What is the opposite of division? The opposite of division is times. So we have to times by 3 and times by 3. So 3 times 3 and 3 divided by 3, that cancels that out completely. That's d, and 5 times 3 gives us 15. Right, make sure you've made some notes, maybe watch it again, and then I want you to try it. Go ahead for it. I know you can do this.